there. Come here. Come here in the mood. Come here, up here. Luna, come here. Good. Get up there. Rethink your life choices. Go. Get. I don't know what your beef is. You better debrief your beef. You okay? Is everything all right? Huh? Kissy? Good girl? You good girl? You goodness? Oh, there's a big kissiness with me. Not in the mood. Mwah! Loving you, good girl. She's pissy. Oh, I got you Kleenex finally today. I don't know what I did with it.
It's okay.
I even got the good stuff with the lotion and stuff in it.
That's a good idea.
Did I not bring it in from the store?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I did or not.
Is this
Maybe
there?
it's in the Suburban still.
Wow.
Stanley, why you yelling at me in the mood? Stanley's in the mood. Are you showing me your pissiness?
No.
I did take a shot of fire cider today.
Fire cider?
Yeah, it tastes like really potent vinaigrette to me.
Oh, that'd be hard.
I don't, it's
Hard
because I feel like I'm starting to want to catch a cold because like yesterday I went to the supermarket and there was a lot of people there and people are fucking dirty.
A lot of people.
I tried to go and avoid them when they're not so around. It's hard to do when you live in a Toron town. People zoo where people travel far and wide to just watch how people in Taos live. Let's go watch how they live and live like they do and do nothing to contribute. They got a new thing because it's the holidays, right?
Oh, okay.
And how better to support your local community than by gouging them financially when things are already hard. You know, they're hard for so many people. Yeah, I get it. They're not hard. It's not hard for a lot of people. Nonetheless, it's still hard for so many people. Like single parents, man, they're freaking because they spend all their time working so that they can pay other people to raise their kids.
Yes.
It's just weird what planet Earth has evolved into. So, went to the market today and a gal that works there, she was sick and then I gave her tea and last time I saw her, I was like, okay, she looks like she's doing better. And then this time I saw her, she's like sick again. Like she's back, like digressed and you know, I can recommend for things for people to do to make themselves feel better, but people have to have the initiative and desire to want to make themselves feel better, and a lot of people just don't. I guess it's just easier to complain about feeling bad than it is to use that energy into feeling better. So I went and got some ginger so I can make my ginger honey turmeric concoction for. And then I got a can of pineapple juice for my decongestion because pineapple juice is a natural expectorant. We don't do pills and stuff around here because that stuff will kill you. So I gotta have healthy alternatives. So I talked to a dude that works at the market because I like talking to people that have that talk to a lot of people that get the collective sum of all parts from just being around a bunch of people. And talked to this man Leroy today, and I said, so tell me, Leroy, how grateful are people acting out there? He said, it's crazy because he came around the corner. I didn't know what time it was. I said, I can't believe I beat you out this morning. He's like, no, I already been out like a couple, like, I said, honestly, I didn't even know what time it is. And he said, it's been so crazy. He said, there's like no milk. There's like all these shelves were empty, and they had the product in back. They didn't have the personnel to bring it out onto the floor. And it's just every people are just grab all, just gimme. So I saw on Taos Review this morning, what I do with my phone. His mom and I went to this new restaurant, and the guy said the total, and I said, heck of a deal. And then when he printed out my receipt for me to sign, it was like $6 more than the total that he said.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't understand why, and then I saw this post a little while ago, because this is how, they say buy local, and then you buy local, and then the local people that you buy from fucking gouge the shit out of you. And then I don't want, and then, so I just say I'm not going to fucking, go pay for their shit. I'll just cook at home, because I cook better than these people anyway.
That's true.
It says, to all the Taos area restaurants, Soul Foods Cafe specifically, adding gratuity onto your takeout menus for Thanksgiving, because I got takeout, and I was like, why is it so much? And see, that's the thing, is I tip good anyway. Because I know I used to work in restaurants, and takeout, you got to tip 20% just like you do, But they take and then they take. They take out and then they take out for you taking out. And there you go. Something very given voluntarily or beyond obligation, usually from some service. Takeout requires no table service or wait staff. I, for one, tips my provider accordingly, not by requirement. Call it a surcharge, kitchen charge, special added holiday charge. It's not a gratuity if it's required. And then I said, yeah, ain't nothing like Taos to frickin' screw over Taos, Oh, I know it, because Mom was born in Cuesta, and that's what they do. If you aren't a cookie cutter, if you don't fit into their mold, then they will throw you away. And then they will create institutions to hold the throwaways. And I've seen it my whole entire life, and it's a terrible thing, and now the karma's coming back around. And I, for one, am not, every year I fucking hate holidays, man. Because I see what it does to people. It don't do good shit. I grew up, Mom was single mom, and I had a dickhead ditch dad that never participated in anything except for what he wanted to do and chase his own sensations. And, made it real hard for Mom and stuff. We didn't have a lot of food a lot of times, and because she had to make choices, like, do we want to be, she had to make a lot of tough choices, and she went out with a lot in her entire life because of the choices that she made to, be a mom and to take care of her kids and stuff like that. And I've been paying real close attention my whole life as to systems on how they're not designed to help people. It's not designed to help imagine a society. I often imagine a society where society was designed to reinforce and assist the nurturer, whoever the nurturer in the environment is, but to help the nurturer be the nurturer. And then to teach the young people how to nurture themselves. That doesn't happen. It's just do whatever, take a pill, drink this, buy that, whatever, eat this, buy that, eat that, whatever makes you feel better. It's all about instant gratification. Don't work for anything, because that's just, that's just what fucking bitches and chumps and suckers do, if you work for things. No, you can lie. You can come out here and lie, cheat, and steal and get shit a lot. It's just, the world has just become entirely too demonic for my taste. Because that's how demons behave when they go around just do what they want whenever they feel like it. It's fucking gross. So you got all these single moms out here that are just, I grew up in the 70s, It ain't no different. They haven't done anything to make it any easier, but they pay themselves a lot more money to say we care. They certainly fucking do. You know? These systems are designed not to help, to impede progress, and now it's time that these systems fall and they fail, and I'm okay with it. And my whole life, people, I went and got my hair braided yesterday, and I was telling my barber that does it for me, I said my whole life people have said, don't be a spoiled sport, Marge. Don't ruin things. Don't ruin the holidays for everybody else. Because oftentimes when everybody be having a good time eating and stuff like that, I would do things that would say things that would make them uncomfortable, like bring up my mom and hope that she's not all by herself. And that makes people, I say things and it makes people feel uncomfortable, so they don't want to hear what I say, so they just ignore and put me out and don't invite me and stuff like that, rather than change the behavior that validates what I say. It doesn't even make any sense to me, this planet. So I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not participating in no more of their colonial bullshit. I don't fucking eat, I don't eat fucking Thanksgiving. Hey, look at what we did. We committed genocide to a whole fucking group of people because we're misogynistic, freaking weird, creepy, pervy control freaks that have our stupid little fucking secret society club bullshit. And I ain't doing it. And the new year is in spring. That's when the new year begins. They've been trying to fucking hijack and make me go along with their bullshit my whole life, and I ain't fucking doing it no more. And it does my heart a lot good to see other people on social media going, fuck Thanksgiving. Fuck your fucking turkey gravy and your fucking bullshit. You people aren't good to each other the rest of the year, and I'm getting the reports. People ain't grateful. How many people you say? So what's the percentage? You said, I don't know, 50%? I said, so for out of 1 every 2 people that you have passed by working in this busy grocery store in Taos, New Mexico, 1 out of 2 people are fucking grateful for everything that they have? That's gross. I know, Stanley, it's fucking gross. But they're all gonna be fucking stuffing their faces, acting like they're, and then freaking getting in a food coma, and let's just watch football, that patriarchal bullshit, the same Roman cat bullshit, like, look at all the dummies sitting in the circle watching the dummies playing the same game. Oh, well, the cracks of society are getting wider. There's more people out in the streets that need freaking basic shit. And the ones that aren't getting the basic shit that they need and don't have enough sense because they always been taken care of and never had anybody to teach them how to take care of themselves, well, their flesh is just rotting. But that's okay because they just go to the hospital and just cut off the limb. Just be done with it. Like, what the fuck? No wonder so many freaking veterans are like, because it's like, dude, I fucking gave up my time for this shit. These people aren't even fucking worth it, man. They can't even show up for themselves. Why the fuck am I gonna, show up for them? So no more. I'm not participating in people's stupid holidays, and I'm not gonna fucking, because it's all about control and dominance and getting to people getting me to act how they want me to act to make them comfortable. Well, I'm perfectly okay with a lot of people being really uncomfortable because it's the comfort that is creating all this all these people so comfortable. You got everything you have, and you living that best life, born and raised for decades and decades. That don't do nothing for nobody else. And the human experience, as I understand it, is like, I don't know, it's kind of a concept, especially if you have a lot of gratitude in your life for your life. If you have a lot of gratitude in your heart for your life, you're going to be so fucking thrilled about things that you can't wait to get up every day to share that with other people. Not get up, what can I do to serve myself to make myself feel better? Where can I travel? What can I eat? What can I take a picture of? Me in front of monument, travel around here and there, just me. That is so exhausting, being around people that are all about themselves, man. Exhausting. Just totally terrible all the time. Just, and if they're either happy that they got what they wanted or they're pissed off that they didn't. And I'm always like, okay, and for others? Okay, and for others? Okay, you have all this, but for others? Like, you never sacrifice none of your time? You never do nothing that you don't want to do to help somebody else? Because sometimes helping other people doesn't come in at the most opportune time, and sometimes it creates inconveniences. Then I think, Marge, remember all the times that you like had to walk 5 miles and shit because nobody didn't want to be bothered? Source Creator works through us. People pray, help me, I need help, and then pshing, people are activated, they receive in their frequency. Oh, somebody needs help. Where is that? Oh, that looks like they need help. What can I do to help you? But too many people are like, blah, 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 blah. It cuts into me time. I don't want to help. It might have to get off my couch and not play video games for an hour or two or something. I don't know. People are just so enthralled with a low hum. Huh, Benny? Is that Marge? You know that's true too, Benny, Marge. You good dog, Benny? Yeah? Since that's how energy works, right? Energy flows. It don't just stop up. That's what batteries do. Like, batteries are containers that hold a charge. That's all we are. We hold a charge. And what are they doing to recharge themselves? A lot of stuff that's causing harm to themselves. So many sick people. Oh my God, I can't believe how many sick people are everywhere. For all kinds of reasons, all ages, it doesn't matter. It was never like this before. Before what? I guess it depends on the area, the demographics, and the people in which you ask. I remember, like, when I was 70s, 80s, every now and again somebody got sick from cancer and died. It wasn't like every day. Like, it wasn't like this. So. What else? Oh, how other companies in the local area are screwing over their own townspeople in the name of bureaucrats. As the electric company, Kit Carson Electric here, I had to pay a $255 electricity bill because the lady so nonchalantly, Shaisha or some shit like that, I didn't really get her name. She didn't really speak up. She was kind of mumbling. She said, "Oh, well, it's because it's winter and we changed our due dates." No. And I was like, and I said, how many people know about this? No. How many people don't know about this? Like, what a fucked up... Because I remember Mom used to, like, budget every cent, every dime for electricity, everything. So if they that there goes Christmas. There goes Christmas, because now we got this bill that we didn't have before. Because I even knew, because, like, Artie died and stuff. My dog died and everything. But still, I was like, I should have got an email about the bill, and I haven't gotten one yet, and I never got one. And then they said, what you owe from last, like, I was delinquent. I said, you fucking bastards. Like, you people suck. You just do whatever you want, and you just, it does, as long as it does, you just, God, I just hate corporations and organizations and businesses and all that. I fucking hate all big business, man. It's just all just a huge resource suck. And it doesn't serve people. It serves themselves. And it's just, I'm so excited for all this shit to just come crumbling down. I'm working towards a place where I can not rely on the fucking government for anything, because they're fucking worthless, man. They're ineffective. They're unuseful. The government, local agencies, all these counties, all these police, it's like the most costly welfare system in the world, because they're pulling $2,000-$3,000 paychecks every 2 weeks, or $4,000 or $5,000 direct deposit once a month. And look, what the fuck good are they doing? Not a whole lot. But because, oh, you're related to these people, I'm supposed to be all that's another thing I'm sick of. I ain't gonna be fucking loyal to fucking people that have nothing to do with me. I've been gaslit my whole entire life. My allegiance and loyalty. Like, all the while them shitting on me. Yeah, I came back to Taos to teach people that you don't throw your fucking family away, because mom came from here, from a whole family where she got thrown away. Out of all the people that could have taken care of her, they didn't. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody around here sucks, because nobody has done anything to warrant that their behavior is anything less than sucky. I've had to live in 3 places in this fucking hellhole. And every time the place has been robbed. Like, people just go, they don't got no manners. They're all fucking drunk and fucking stoned and whacked out on something. So they got the mentality, well, if you say how we are and we don't like the definitions of the words that you say about us, we are going to do something to retaliate against you, which verifiably supports why I say that they suck anyway because of their behavior. And if it wasn't more than 70%, maybe it wouldn't be so blatantly obvious. But there's a whole lot of suck in northern fucking New Mexico, just like there's a whole lot of suck in northern Oregon, just like there's a whole lot of suck in northern California. There's a whole lot of suck because people are choosing to frickin' be sucky human beings by just containing all their energy within themselves and never using that to pay anything kind of forward. Or when they do pay their little things forward, it's oh so disingenuous. It's like, oh, you haven't done, how many donations have you got in 6 months? And then, here's $20 to someone that needs it. Buy yourself a bottle. What the fuck is this shit, dude? The de-evolution of planet Earth. Now they're all the stuff that's going on in the news. People rewarding themselves for shit that they shouldn't have done to begin with. Supporting engagements that they never should have supported. Oh, look what we did. We stopped this. You fucking were a part of starting it. That's what happens when men are minning. When the men are in charge. Let's blow shit up so we can go home and fucking act, pretend to our wives like we men because we bomb shit today. All you ladies can have my share. You can have my share of all of the men. Take mine. Please. That's why freaking infertility numbers are so high. I mean, we're the like when I was little, okay, like my idea of a man, like the man was like the machismo, the macho that like took care of his family, only didn't get drunk and beat him. That's what like a man was supposed to do. Like, the ward cleaver, provide, delegate, designate, control, manipulate. And then I became a part of all these male-dominated careers. I'm like, what a fucking falsity. Like, they go home and tell, oh man, I worked so hard today. Every day they work less and less. Because they get bigger and fluffier and fluffier. And if people that work hard, not everybody has a thyroid problem. You can't freaking blame it on everybody. Can't blame their freaking lack of freaking health on some freaking... No, it's just lack of willing to participate in their own lives. Just people being lazy. Just people being people. And then there's all this consequence, and then people take shortcuts to get the desired results, which they're looking for, and these shortcuts have consequences. People are seeing it. You can't have shortcuts to life. There's not shortcuts to health. I learned this a long time ago. Like, it takes effort. It takes effort to take care of yourself. People don't get all the good things in life just from sitting on their couch. People have to work for it. And if things just fall in people's lap gracefully without any effort, they might want to continue where the sources derive from, and maybe they don't want the gifts from said source. Because sometimes those sources will ask you to freaking sell your soul to keep getting the things that you desire. Go on, Benny. Because people are so easy to sell their soul. I see it all over social media. Every time I see a video of like somebody like falling down, or their horse falls down, or like something happens like where something could really have been seriously hurt, and they're all laughing. They're like, ha 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 ha. You know, or like somebody gets embarrassed. They're, ha ha ha. You know, it's like whatever you could do to freaking, because people that feel bad about themselves want other people to feel bad about themselves. I've been that person. I can't stand, I don't know. That's why I go out so early, is because there's so many people that people are just not even, they're like I was out today, and it happened twice today. Like, people, like dudes especially, they'll try and get in my space, in my bubble, you know? And then I'll be really obnoxious about the fact that I'm aware that they're doing that, and they need to fucking back up. Because I know what a bully is, because my brother and my father were the biggest bullies that I ever had to deal with in my life. I never had the example of what a man does to protects women. I never knew of a world like all these other people that are surprised about that were, oh, men don't hit girls. What the fuck planet are you living on? I never lived on a planet where they didn't, because they feel bad about themselves and they're bullies, until you put enough effort into your body that you build a little bit of strength, and then they don't mess with you. Except trying to get into your space, because they're trying to they're trying to pee in my Cheerios. And I would just be like, hey, dude, like, what? Like, you don't got enough space? You don't take up enough oxygen? You got to take up mine, too? Your mommy might have told you got the golden wiener, but I don't give a fuck, so get the fuck away from me. Yeah, Benny. I know what an asshole is. It's half of me. My dad is. My mom didn't raise no dummy, but my dad did. Yep. Freaking jerks. And then they're so subtle because they don't want the world to know how jerky they really are. They don't want their wives to know, they don't want their wives and their kids to know that they're bullies. But I rest assured, your wives and your kids know. And the same thing happens with women, because you have women that are overcompensating with their masculine energy, because that's what dudes do. They ignore their feminine energy, and then they overcompensate with freaking flashing their fucking, swinging their wiener. I'm the man. Like, I see you're masculine and I raise you, mine, and blah, blah, blah. I've had to deal with this shit my whole entire life, ever since I was a little girl. People trying to dominate and control my energy. So I got to keep a handle on it, Mom, ever since she always tried to establish, like you better learn to control your emotions, because if you don't learn to control your emotions, the system is designed to put you into places that will control them for you. And that never was a fun idea for me. Because I hated institutions. I hated school. 6th grade year, I went to Fort. I started out at Rother, Manzanita, when we lived on Manzanita, and then my brother wanted to go live with my dad his freshman year in high school. So my mom didn't want to leave my brother left alone with my dad, so she worked for us to move down to be closer to my brother when he lived with my dad in Pastor Obel's. And then after we left Reading, car broke down in Visalia, and I didn't go to school for 7 weeks. Wow. At that time, my Aunt Margaret, on my grandma's sister, was passing away, and so we got to see her. So that was kind of cool that we got to see her before she died and go to her funeral and stuff like that. And then, so I didn't go to school for 7 weeks, and then after that, we made it to Los Osos, Sunnyside, and that's where I went to. It was. I remember watching the Challenger take off from there, because I took off from Vandenberg, I think is where they were where the script was out of for that timeline, and only went to school there for a couple times. What did I get? Because we were pretty much living out of the car, and we had 2 cats that the lady we were staying with, Oma, wouldn't let inside. So I would come home from school and then go out and crawl in the rabbit cage where the cats were only allowed to be, and I just stay out there until Mom would come yell at me to come inside. And then we were only there for not even a couple months, and that's where one of the teachers, that guy was weird, and he had us, because we're 6th grade, mind you, that's like 12 years old, and I look at 12 years old, and then if they, like, I look at how 12-year-olds would interpret the Jabberwocky, that story, and it's just weird, it's bizarre, it don't line up, like things that there's things that should be, and there's the way things that shouldn't be, and that's just a peculiar reading to have a bunch of 12-year-olds interpret. So after we went there, Mom found a roommate in Paso Robles, about 2 blocks from where my dad lived, and my brother was living with him. Oh, wow. And we had a roommate named Kimberly, and she was fucking creepily Christian. And we had the misfortune of freaking her explaining the birds and the bees to her freaking 3-year-old little boy and like 5. It was just so bizarre. I hated that, and I always went to small schools, and then all of a sudden I'm in Flamson, where I had to take showers for PE and get naked in front of other people and all this weird stuff. And there's like over 2,000 kids in this school. Whoa. And it was a culture shock to me. So I understand why like kids wear hoodies and sweatshirt when it's 100 degrees outside, because that's where I always wear my coat, because it was like an armor that kept people away from me. And then I'd see my brother every now and again as he'd walk by the house, and he was so resentful that he didn't allow Mom didn't allow him to this opportunity to live with Dad. He felt like we were trying to save him. My dad was drinking a lot, and even he threw him against the wall at one point. Oh, wow. And then I wanted to go watch him play football and stuff like that, and he never allowed me, and my brother, and warned me not to, and all this stuff. And I just knew. I said, one day when we get older, you're gonna say how I was never there for you, and it's just like, let me remind you that I tried to be, and you just never wanted me around. And so finally, Mom knew that I was having a hard time, and was like, fuck it, we'll never see Jerry, and he's just a jerk when we do see him. So we ended up back in Redding. So that's 4 schools where I started Deer Creek in Project City. So that's 4 schools, and I didn't go to school for 7 weeks. And then like I'd traveling around, and like, it's the same grade, but all these different schools had different curriculum, and they all said that this is how things were. And yet my reality dictated that things were different. And then I learned a long time ago that curriculum is just words on a page designated by a bunch of people that don't have life experience of their own. So they got to dictate how other people's life experience should go. Yeah. Good boy. And when we did move back up there, this is how, because I always had a big faith in God, good orderly direction, just do the right thing and right things will happen for you, doors will open, You know, you'll be guided, directed, things like that. And we'd gotten a U-Haul truck or one of them Ryder trucks to move our stuff back up to where we lived when I went. That was the Bates Motel, the Lake Motel was when we moved back up there. And Mom would, when she would go through extreme periods of stress, she would disassociate and almost go on automatic pilot for a couple weeks until the stressors had removed themselves. And she said one night, and I knew she was already starting with the funny behaviors, and I could tell that an episode was about to kick on, and so she said that we need to take this U-Haul truck back and return it. And I was like, okay, let's go, let's do this. And then she starts telling, and now it's like 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday, understand? And we're in, north of Redding, California, and she's saying that we got to drive to Chico, which is like 77 miles south. And I just knew it was all nutty, but I just always know not to leave her alone and go with her. And life is an adventure, whatever. Let's see where it leads us. And so we're on our way down to Chico, and I'm just like, and she's saying stuff, and it don't make sense. And I'm thinking, okay, even if we drop off the U-Haul, it's going to be 11:30 at night, Like, how we getting back, like, because now I'm old, now... I used to, when I was younger, I'd go along, but as I got older, even 12, I'd just be like, nah, I'm just going along with it, but this don't make sense. And we find ourselves on a frontage road, and I can see I-5, and the lights were itty bitty bitty bitty. They're way over there. That's I-5, and we're like down by Corning, Orland, which is predominantly almonds, orchards, shit like that. Wow. Right? And so we're in this Ryder truck, and it's empty. And it's like where the road is up high, and then there's gravel that goes down, and then the fields, the orchards are out there, right? And it's late at night, it's pitch black, and Mom was like, I've always tried to get you to, have faith in God, and I hope you have faith in God. And she starts accelerating, and we get it. At one point, now it's a straightaway, mind you. Still, there's animals and stuff out there that might not know what Mom's thinking is, because I sure as hell didn't know it this night. And so she has it maxed out, and the electronic governor, it's maxed out at like 70 miles an hour that these trucks won't go any faster. They have a lever on them, and it won't accelerate past that. And so we're going 70 miles an hour, and she's like, do you have faith in God? And I'm like, yeah, I got faith in God. She's like, well, you better call on God right now and start praying, and you better fucking prove it, you got faith in God. And then she turns off the headlights. Oh, wow. Yeah. She turns off the headlights, and I was just like, and then I went through the little door. They used to have little doors that you could walk back and forth from the cargo into the cab, and I went back there, and I was just like, God, if this is like how it's supposed to be, it's how it's supposed to be. I said, but you need to end this, because this shit's scary, and I'm fucking sick of fucking scary shit. So do whatever you gotta do and freaking have her come back to her reasoning, because this is fucking scary. I'm 12 years old. And all this shit has happened my whole fucking life. And what is insane to me is the world where all of these behaviors are acceptable, where it's all okay, because society isn't made to support the nurturer. See, Mom was so freaked out from like moving and all of her trauma and shit like that, that trickles downhill. We gotta change the system, but first, the people that are fucking greedy, they gotta fucking get up out of your chair and get the fuck out of here. City planners, get out of your chairs, get the fuck out of here. Mayors, get the fuck out of here. You don't do nothing. Get up, go. Because there's too many people out here with viable ideas that their ideas aren't allowed because you don't fucking think people are worth it. And everybody's worth it. For every being that is born on this planet that takes a fucking breath, they're worth it. Life should not be so hard, any place. Just so people can have so much that they don't ever do anything good with it. Shit's gross, man. And then every year I am to watch people live their patterns, and I'm supposed to be excited about them and fucking their fucking green bean fucking casserole turkey bullshit when all they do is fucking eat their feelings, and every year they're 10 pounds fucking heavier than last year. But they're so fucking grateful and have so much abundance, yet they never do nothing to spread that to nobody else, because everybody else is somebody else's fucking problem until they got a problem. I've seen it my whole life. I said, look, Ma, check out this group. Like, they haven't ever had nothing hard happen, and look, now here comes their hardships. And they're like, oh, well, help us. Oh, I know what it's like to fucking ask for help, and then people just slow blink and ignore you. So it's a hard lesson to learn. I remember I've been learning it for a long time. I hope you find tools like I had to find to cope with just like the world being okay with being a shithole. How am I not supposed to get upset at this stuff? How is this stuff not supposed to fucking enrage me? When you got, like, I had a sponsor at AA. She worked for the Department of Defense for like 20-something years, 30-something years. It's all nepotism. You know, she starts out the commissary and then it ends up with this, you know, security clearance and STRATCOM. And then her fucking son ends up getting thrown off, or, you know, he's one of those seamen lost at sea, you know, her husband's son. You know, you gotta, you know, I went to his memorial. That's the last time I wore my dress blues for this fucking bullshit to pay my respects. Oh, you know, and then she gets freaking, you know, the good orders, like the last 3. That's what they do, is everything is like a reward. It's like like you get to live where people vacation, and then they call it, you know, national security. And then she used to always go on these trips where they would simulate natural disasters. They're fucking practicing, y'all. It's all scripted, and they want to see how things will play out if they create this event, and then it causes people to behave this way, and then you put this event in there, and then people are going to behave like that, because that's what governments have doing this whole time, is freaking spending exuberant amounts of money to learn how to fucking manipulate people so you can get people to act how they want them to drive the system. And all the system is just made up reindeer games. It's all bullshit. And freaking people that haven't hardly done jack shit in their lives have really good lives. And that's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. So, here comes the balance, and how that plays out in everyone's individual lives is insignificant to the individual that is receiving the experience that they choose to have on this earthly plane, in this incarnation. Whatever you sign up for, here it is. It's my understanding that we're supposed to freaking be brought to our knees so that we learn to believe in a power outside of ourselves that we can have discipline towards, and obedience. Because if people aren't obedient to something, disciplined, and they're just all self-will run riot, then we just got, you know, all the diddies running the earth. And I'm okay with more and more people figuring out who the dirties are. I'm okay with a lot of people being shocked and uncomfortable and all these things, because why should I be the only one that feels these things and have my whole entire life, because I can tell who the scumbags are. Because they all frickin' wear the same labels and They all freaking have the same attitudes and wear the same cologne and wear the same name brands and shoes and drive the same. They're all the fucking same, and they think that they're different. And they tell us who they are with all the freaking external bullshit in which they are, because they're so empty on the inside. And they think that they're freaking, pulling one over. My world is very small because I don't allow things in it that are just gonna suck. So like all the entertainers suck. All the sports shit suck. All the politicians, it's just all suck. It's all shit that keeps people from doing productive things in life. Because they don't have to have practical skills. And the false for profits are coming out. I'm glad I don't got to deal with all the freaking nonsense bullshit. And there are a lot of people are going to be so frustrated because they're not going to be able to get to go to where they want when they want to get there. And welcome to the lessons of allowance. That's all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a